Hi everyone, so as you can see I'm wearing my red glasses, which means we're about to get intelligent again. And this is episode 4 of Makeup and Empowerment, and I did this really crazy look, which I'm actually going to take my glasses off for so you can see it better, and it just looks better without the glasses. I did this really insane, like, blacked out lid and super pale pink lips because today we're going to be talking about artistic expression. Before we get to that, this is the last episode of Makeup and Empowerment I have planned, so if you want to see more of these, feel free to leave a comment under this video or just send me a message saying, you know, what you would like to see a video on about makeup and empowerment, kind of about a subject for it. But yeah, so this is the last episode of one of these I've planned, unfortunately. But yeah, anyway, let's get started. So, makeup's probably maybe kind of an underrated use, like as far as like our everyday lives goes. Would be artistic expression, and makeup is an art just like any other, except often your face and your body are the canvas, or always your face and body are the canvas. And that's kind of what I find, you know, so amazing about it, is because, you know, what canvas do you know better than your own face, and every face is unique, and so every single look is completely unique. No matter if two people do the same exact thing, it doesn't look the same on them. Even if you're twins, like, things just look a little bit different, which I think is really amazing and really cool and just so much fun. Alright, let's see. I don't have this very well planned, so sorry if I ramble or anything. I just kind of have a note card, and because I usually like write out this big long script, but I was like, I'm never gonna make videos if I don't just do it. Okay, so the first thing I thought about was kind of when I was younger, and a few different like artistic things that I've done that definitely involved makeup. One of them was I took part in a Baroque fair, which is kind of like a Renaissance fair, but the Baroque period's like one era later. And I wore this like I wore these like huge dresses, and I was like 9-10 years old, and like they didn't make me wear a corset, thank God, but the dresses were like really intense, and my old stepmom handmade them. And they had like, you know, like the giant hips and everything. It was just so much fun, but like, and I'd have to like powder down my face so it was like really, really white to go with the era, because I was supposed to be like nobility in the era, which is really fun. And then I had like, you know, I would have like really pink or really red lips, which is so much fun when you're like 9 or 10 years old. And then another year for that, I was a fairy, and my makeup and my dress were totally different, and it was so much fun, and I didn't have to wear heels, because that was, like, hell for me when I was younger, was having to walk around, like, the big downtown park area where I live in heels all day, and I was not prepared for it. But I had this, like, fairy sparkly makeup that was, like, you know, it was just, like, blue, and there were sparkles everywhere, and I just got to ride around barefoot, and it was just, like, it was really cool, and, like, the makeup is really what put me in character. And then the other couple things are, I've done a lot of dance and theater. I did dance for 10 years, and I competed for 5. And so in the makeup for that was the only time in my life that I've ever worn false lashes. I haven't worn false lashes since my freshman year in high school, because that was what you had to do for dance, and they were the kind where you had like jewels on them. They're just totally ridiculous. And then you'd have to like really pile on the makeup and like big red lips, and even sometimes you'd have to wear like a shade darker of foundation, so that you'd actually show up under the stage lights. And then that was the same for the plays I was in, except the makeup was kind of different, because instead of trying to make yourself kind of look glamorous and like, you know, big red lips, big big eyelashes and stuff, it was just, you were just trying to make yourself look like a person. And when you're under stage lights, that totally goes away. And so we'd get like this thick, gross stage makeup. Hold on. Like thick, gross stage makeup from Ben Nye, and you know, and it'd always be like a couple shades darker. You'd look totally weird off stage, and then you'd have to put like highlighter, like a really light cream shade down your nose, and you know, right here, kind of like what you do regularly, but it looked really weird because they were really thick lines, like really defined lines, and off stage it's just like you look totally weird, but on stage you just look like a person. So those are like experiences from my childhood, and some couple of other things that I thought of were monster movies, because prosthetics are kind of just an extension of makeup art, and people do like really cool things with prosthetics and making people look like totally different people to help them get into character and to help the audience see the character. And I thought that was really cool. And like, I think it was Mythbusters did a did a thing with prosthetic monster makeup kind of stuff, except they basically switched faces. They were each wearing a mask of each other's face to see if they could fool people, and they fooled people from a certain distance away. And that's crazy, because that's basically just like, you know, masks and makeup, and that's just so neat that you can turn into a totally different person when you're wearing it, or like a zombie or a werewolf. Or, you know, for me, when I was in a Holocaust play, my makeup looked like 10 times scarier off stage, but on stage I basically made myself look like a starving child when I was like really healthy and like curvy. I obviously have had plenty to eat, and I made myself look like the starving, like sunken eyes, like, you know, like Holocaust victim basically. And it was really intense. That basically the makeup is what kind of made my face with that. And I think it can really enhance a lot of different characters we do if you're in theater or you're in dance or whatever. I think it's a really good tool for that. And the last thing I thought of, which is probably one of the most fun, is high fashion. You know, like the runway and photography. And I actually looked up, after I did this crazy blacked out lid, I actually, I meant to say ridiculous, sorry. I looked up, I Googled, high fashion photography, and one of the things that I saw over and over again after I'd already done this was that this intense blacked out lid. Like, there was like a bunch of like high fashion pictures that use this to just like intensify your eyes to, you know, a really outlandish intensity. It's really cool. And then one picture, which is why I put the clip in my hair, which is already like falling out, was that one of the girls had like really flat hair and then, you know, intense eyes, and then like one of these, but it was like it was like a big flower piece kind of, and I didn't even have like a flower headband, so I just did this. But yeah, high fashion is really intense for that kind of stuff, and they do some really amazing things with makeup and things you wouldn't expect. And like, these artistic places are where you can get away with doing really awesome things with your makeup without even without being judged for it. There's my kitty again. She's very demanding, and I think she kind of wants to be in the video. Yeah, I think you could say I'm kind of inspired by this one, so our eyes are kind of the same. Yeah, I think she really likes it. There you go, Sing. Alright, so anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video and have thought about some of the more artistic things you can do with makeup, and I hope you all try doing something really intense and ridiculous and something outlandish that you wouldn't normally do, and even wear it in public, because, you know, you never know what people might say and the kind of person you might become when you try something totally different with your makeup. And as always, makeup is more than just skin deep. There's amazing things we can do with it, and I really hope you've all enjoyed this series so far. And if you have ideas, really, please leave them in the comment box below, because I love doing these videos. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful and delightful day, and I have some more videos coming up for you. Alright, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.